We're going to do the front steering components. You got a tie rod in there, and then you got a drag link. The drag link goes up to the pitman arm. All that's going to come out. We're not going to touch the track bar on this, but we are going to change the steering stabilizer right here because this one clearly is leaking. Let's start this job here with getting that cotter pin out. All these castle nuts will have cotter pins in them. We got a few out on the other ones just to speed up the video here. But if you're having trouble with them, you can honestly just cut the tails off and then zip the bolt out or the nut off and it'll work. Cotter pins out. Drag link to the pitman arms of 19. Had to go ahead and switch to a wrench. The socket didn't fit. Too much junk up there. Now the nut's out. The next part of this is separating the pitman arm from the drag link. A couple ways to do this. Best way is just to use a pickle fork, because the hammer just does not work. Set of pickle forks, 11/16, maybe. Maybe you should try hitting it with a purpose. Like that. Next piece of this puzzle, you got this steering stabilizer. It's an 18-inch or 18 mm nut with an 18 mm bolt. Just like that. Tim got that side. Last one there, and again we already took all the cotter pins out of these and we broke them loose with our pickle forks. But that's all there is to this job. That should just drop out now. Apparently everything's a hammer if you try hard enough. Proper hammer works better. Show you what we got going on here. Now that we got the old parts out, you can see the new parts we're working with. Passenger side tie rod. We're going to keep everything off of the old one that we need to, but primarily that's just going to be this bar here. We have a new adjusting sleeve, so we actually don't need any of that anymore. We'll do that sleeve with that end over there, and then this tie rod end over there, and our new steering stabilizer should be good to go. You got an adjusting sleeve here that just kind of clamps everything down there, and then we'll grab a wrench, get that nice and tight. Perfect.
Did it move?
No.
Oh.
You want to take that nut off, and we'll just take this whole piece over to the vise.
That's what I was wanting to do.
On the toes approach. Got it. Heat works every time. We had to count our threads. Okay, so that's half a turn. And what I'm doing here while Dale is performing all the manual labor is just counting the number of turns so that when I put the new one in, I make sure to get it close to the alignment so we can drive it to the alignment shop. There's one full turn. The one he's working on is kind of dirty. This one's much cleaner. You can see they have a flat spot, and that's what you're going to get your wrench on when you're turning this.
11.
I think it's usually between like 15 and 20.
13.
It's like how many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Can I say that?
5. 30.
30. Like I said, it's like usually between 25 and 30. 29.8 threads on.
3, 8.
29 and a half? Oh, 30.
Oh, we're good. We're just gonna tighten this down so that it doesn't move on us, but we'll probably have to make minor adjustments when we get back to the Jeep. I think the best way to do this is going to be lining these two up and making sure we get this sleeve and everything at about the right length. We ought to just get a tape measure, because we're gonna have to tape measure align this anyway.
37.
Right at 37 inches.
So let's move it to the front of that.
From center to center, top to top, center to center, and we're a little short. So I went too much. Boom.
Boom.
37 on the new one. Go back to the old one, confirm. 37 on the old one. We can tighten these down. Finger tight until it's installed, guys. Yeah, I was looking at the washers.
Yeah. There's 2 washers. You need help?
Nope.
You sure?
I'm a grown adult, Dale.
No, you aren't.
No, you're a major adult.
You're a stunted male.
So little. Okay.
I don't think that washer is going to fit on there, but
No, it's going to be on the other side. See you on the other side. Can I say that?
Yes.
No, hello from the other side.
Can't say that one.
Hello from the other side.
We're gonna install, that's called the tie rod end for the passenger side. We're going to pop it up into the knuckle and then just finger tight.
I have to go loose then.
This is the other side, pitman arm, and it should pretty close to line up because we haven't adjusted the steering, so cheated. A real quick note, if your steering wheel is not at the 12 o'clock position when you're going straight, this is the sleeve that you would adjust to make it straight up and down.
I just like installing everything before I tighten anything.
There you go. Installed.
Kyle, are you done yet?
Yep,
Let's go, Kyle.
at this point I was just kind of messing around.
Come on, Kyle.
Use your man muscles,
Let's
bud.
go, Kyle.
And there you go.
Got everything kind of set up, but we're gonna have to pull this end out to stick our tie rod in from the back real quick. Not abnormal to have to move things around. That's one of the reasons why we don't like to tighten things down until we're done.
Yep.
Because in this case, we're gonna have to pop this castle nut off to slide this guy in the back because the back side is larger than the front side, preventing you from putting it in the wrong direction. A real quick drop, no big deal. Let's slide that in. Castle nut on, just kind of keep it in place. Put this guy back in. Put the castle nut back on. And there we go. And everything's just kind of hand tight, just laying there, sitting there.
Tape measure alignment, jack stands, because you want your alignment at road height, not droop height. So we have to lower this down so that the axle's resting as if it were on tires, and then we can start our measurements. Very simple. Start by straightening the steering wheel, just right up at 12 o'clock. Look at your rotor and see if it's about straight. If it is, then your steering wheel's probably gonna be good. Then, Tim, can you help me by holding the tape measure to this far rotor? The camera should show 56 3/4. We're measuring our toe right now. Go to the back of the rotor. Back of our rotor, 56, almost even. So we have 3/4 inches of toe out. Now, if you think about your rotor should be straight in alignment, because our front is further apart than our back, our rotors are doing this. That's called toe out. And we need to bring the toe in to straighten it out. We'll do that now. There's two ways to adjust your toe. You can adjust from this collar or you can adjust from this collar. It doesn't really matter which one you do, since this side was very difficult to turn. I'm gonna cheat and use that side. Driver's side off, and then rotate. So look at this. I probably moved that over about between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch, which is right where I want it to be because we're 3/4 inch off. When I put that back up front, 56.5, about 56.5. I know that's not enough, so we need to come in a little bit more. We don't even need to measure the back right now. $56 3/8. About. That's probably perfect. That's the back side. Should be right at about 56 3/8, between 56 1/4 and 56.5, somewhere in there. We're not master craftsmen here, we're just getting close. That should be about good for that. Now, I am going to tighten the collar on this tie rod end and we'll adjust the steering wheel because the steering wheel is tilted towards the driver's side just a little bit, so we have to adjust it a bit. Come up here to that other collar. This is the collar that we just messed with, so we're going to tighten that down, that way we don't forget. This is the adjustment sleeve for the steering wheel. Since I don't know which way I need to turn it, I'm going to have Tim go to look at the steering wheel and tell me if it's straightening it or making the problem worse.
Oh, keep going. You're good. Right there. Stop.
Stop?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Good job.
Is that a blooper? Yeah. The reason the tape measure alignment works for Jeeps is because it's that Dag Link setup where really the only thing you're changing is toe. If you have to change cast or camber, that gets a little more complicated. You have to use a dial indicator or a bubble level or something like that to help you with those adjustments. But again, for Jeeps, the toe and the steering wheel is all we're worried about. This works on older trucks as well. Tape measure alignment. Let's go for a road test. Well then what am I doing here? Why am I wasting all of my fucking time?
I don't know. Throw that part away. Scrap in.
You gotta bleep the I don't think we're
I
allowed to
think
say.
I think we're
I don't
gonna bleep a lot of f***s. We're gonna bleep the f*** out of this video.
The f***s can't be in the video because it's supposed to be
Well,
family
I
friendly.
haven't figured out how to bleep
No,
the
that's
fuck.
what